What's up, guys? Welcome back to the VAR Check podcast by El Merengue Culé, the podcast where football's biggest debates go under review. It's been one crazy weekend. A lot to talk about. Obviously, a big Madrid loss, which we're gonna get to it. Barça took a huge leap today or this weekend, and then so of course we will be discussing all of that, and of course we have the second match day of the Champions League. That's a big talking point. I don't even know where to start, but why don't we jump to our headlines? Ricky, let's hear what you have for us today.
Real Madrid loves a manita.
Here we go. We couldn't get started any other way without a little toxicity. I mean, Ali, let's hear from you.
44 matches, 125 goals, breaking an 80-year-old record, baby, for Barcelona.
44 matches and 100 and how many goals?
25 goals from Barcelona under Hansi Flick. The last time we did that was 1942 to 1944, and we scored 139 goals in 44 matches.
Damn.
Hey, y'all are cracking the offense. We'll talk about that. Michel, my brother. Lord save us.
Oh man. My headline for the week: Real Madrid. What's Mr. Killer 123? What's up, guys? Real Madrid still. Hey man, we gotta believe through and through. It's just one game, but we'll get there. But yes, my headline is Real Madrid continue to struggle in the air. All those flight miles that they got, and they still can't deliver in the air.
It's 100% true. And what I have to say is, Xabi Alonso, the honeymoon phase is over. You're 0-2 in the big games, and you got a month. To fix it. Let's go ahead and get started. Obviously, this weekend was a very, very difficult weekend for all of Madridistas, guys. If you're watching, for the people that are in the stream right now, if you're a Madridista, I bless your soul for being in the stream. We're gonna get down and dirty to the stuff that really hurts the hearts. If you're a Barça fan, sit back, enjoy the ride, because you're sitting nice, you're cruising yet again in La Liga. But regardless of where you're from, I want to know where you're actually from in the comments. So let us know. If you're a new listener, let us know down in the comments. And of course, make sure you hit the like button. Let's go ahead and get started. This weekend, Real Madrid got absolutely destroyed 5-2 by Atletico Madrid, a team that every single week that we've been doing this podcast, we have bashed on. We have refused to add them to the top 10 power rankings, and we essentially wrote off. Michel,
where was Napoli? I would love to know where Napoli was.
Yeah, Napoli taking an L this weekend, and Atletico Madrid giving Real Madrid the biggest L. Michel, tell us what went wrong for Real Madrid this weekend.
Oh man, this is gonna be a really bad podcast for me. There's a lot to say. There's a lot to talk about. I think I mean, from the beginning, I think the starting lineup was not what we should have went with. I think, as much as I love him, I think starting Jude was a mistake. Starting him, he had no rhythm. He was not in game shape, and you're throwing him out there in the derby, which, listen, I know we're talking about, and Amir brought it up about us not putting him in, or you brought it up and Amir tagged along with us not putting them into the top 10. Anything can happen in a derby. Like, you see it all the time with teams that are like in 17th place and they'll beat the second place team. It's a derby. Anything can happen, right? So I think we didn't come out with the right starting lineup. I think Mastantuano should have started. He would have had that youthful, energetic, like energizer bunny rabbit like type energy. And then Madrid just for some reason, like I don't know what it is with the big games. I don't know if it's like a respect of the opponent or like their worries to not screw up. But it's like they come out so passive. Like I want them to come out hating like the way Atletico Madrid hates us. I want Madrid to come in and just batter them. Like we always want to play pretty. We always want to play like the correct way. It's like sometimes you got to just go and hit somebody, and sometimes you got to go and just play to their level, bring some intensity. And it just seems that Madrid got scored on first. We're not even talking about the aerial battles yet. They score two quick goals for the most part. And then I think in their minds, they're like, oh, we got this. Like typical Atletico Madrid, like they're going to give up the lead. We're going to coast through. And then all of a sudden, they score 4 unanswered goals. And then, like, we can't stop. For some reason, we have 2 trees in the middle. We can't stop their headers. We make costly mistakes. Like, the only goal that I think was like, all right, like, tip your cap, like, there's nothing you can do was the Julian Alvarez free kick. But then again, like if you go back before that, that's a dumb foul to commit right at the top of the box. And it reminded me while I was watching the game of the game against Arsenal when I was like, why are we committing a free kick right here at the top of the box? And I'm starting to think that maybe Courtois is just not great at defending free kicks. Like these were perfectly
He
placed,
was
but
this close.
yeah, but like the dude has the wingspan of a freaking like what do they ever call it? Like the freaking huge bird, like
Eagle.
no, not even
Eagle.
the eagle, not the eagle, the other one. I'll think of it, but like he's huge, like, and you telling me like he can't, like I don't know, like I'm really depressed right now. I don't really know what to say. Like it's just a lack of intensity, a lack of preparation. I think this could be a topic for later, but Fede Valverde does not look like the Valverde that we know and love. I think something's going on. Maybe he's dealing with an injury. Maybe he's exhausted. I've been seeing that. Like he's not the same. And then we're dealing with injuries again. Like we never have our preferred starting lineup ever. It's like Trent is hurt, Carvajal gets hurt now. It's like we're gonna have to move Fede back to the right. And it's an intensity problem, and I think Xabi Alonso will get it handled, but this is not looking good for us boys.
I think we're finally reaching the point in the season where things start to get real. Not just for Madrid,
Yeah.
but also for Barça, who are
Yep.
starting to deal with a lot of injuries. But before we start talking a little more about the injuries, Amir, did you see this coming at all this weekend? If you were Xabi Alonso, would you do anything differently? Give us your thoughts on the game.
I didn't see that coming. I think the main driver of this loss was kind of like it was like personal for Atletico from last season when like Vinny was making fun of the team like in their stadium, and then Julian Alvarez with the penalty and all the drama that happened along that line. And then also it's always a derby between the two Madrid teams, so they're gonna go with high intensity. But as Michelle said, Madrid just played so poorly. I mean, Atletico is not a team to dominate you in possession, and they dominated Madrid in possession and put a lot of pressure, especially in the midfield. Just slaughtered Madrid. And then, in fact, this was the highest scoring derby for Atletico Madrid in 75 years. They hadn't dealt a blow to Madrid in 75 years like that. And yeah, I mean, defense issues. And I mean, you're right, Michelle, but I don't know if I can give credit to Xabi Alonso for injuries because, I mean, Hansi Flick is dealing with injuries. And you're seeing, and I'm not saying that just because I'm a Barca fan, but I don't think that's a reason for a world-class coach to say, oh, we're not getting results because we're injured. Because when Xabi did that, I mean, he never said it, but I'm just saying. But yeah, I thought it was a really poor game for Madrid.
The craziest thing to me is that, like, the past few weeks, we had been talking about how good Huijsen and Carreras had been doing. Like, almost to the point that they were the untouchables. Like, they were the secure starters for Real Madrid's backline. They had been playing so consistent, very few mistakes. Of course, I like to highlight Huijsen's red cards, but we all know that those were just situational. Whether it was a ref or the technical foul, besides those few little things, very few mistakes. And then they're the ones actually getting signaled, yes, perfect perfect to highlight exactly what I'm trying to refer to.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of left wondering, like, are La Liga teams just that much weaker right now? Like, obviously remove Atletico Madrid because they're still a good team, but is the rest of La Liga just that much weaker? Have we lost all those players to the Saudi League, the Premier League, that it gives us a false sense of security? Because the same thing happened with Barça last year in the Champions League. The moment we started facing big teams, yeah, we were still scoring.
We crumbled.
But we were conceding like crazy. I'm cutting out.
No, I said we were crumbling like against Inter.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Team that PSG just destroyed, and we couldn't score against them. We did. We just got scored on like so many times. Like,
it makes me wonder. As Madridistas, I think we all came in very confident into this game because of the way that we had started out La Liga. 6 wins, 0 ties, 0 losses. We came in with a false sense of security, a false sense of confidence that maybe Xabi Alonso was the man that we were promised, the guy that was going to come and just turn the whole ship around and just lead us to absolute glory. And I think that's what made this game hurt even like that much more. The fact that we were completely blindsided about what was going to happen. But I mean, Madrid couldn't even put their hands, first, like they were falling, like they fell straight on their face. There was nothing to help them out. Literally, like I try to think about this game to try to rescue something from it, and it's just so difficult because, like Michel said, Courtois. I mean, and I know the center backs, starting with Huijsen, were absolutely terrible in the air and winning those headers. But how many? There was 2 of those goals. Courtois could have easily taken a couple steps forward in the box to try to punch the ball out or just catch it or something. So Courtois, absolutely poor. The defense, we've already kind of mentioned how poor they were there. Michel touched on it. Valverde looks like a man that we've never seen. Yes, he still has that passion, but I think he's struggling somewhere in the Xabi Alonso tactics to find his place. I think Tchouaméni's been having a pretty good season. Obviously, everyone got exposed this game. Where I don't know, Michel, give me one positive thing to take out from this game. One.
I can give you one. Go, Michel.
No, Ricky, go ahead.
Honestly, Mbappe. Despite the team
that's
not
what I was going to say.
Well, Mbappe continues to score. He is in a crazy form. Like, I'm at the point where, from a Barcelona fan, I am very worried. He is finding that rhythm. He's getting more comfortable in the team, in Spain as a whole, and that guy is unstoppable.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. And Mbappe seems to be the only person doing his job consistently on a week-to-week basis. Like every game, you can talk about Madrid doing this, and some players are performing at this level, or some players are having good games. Like I don't think he's had a bad game once. He's scoring in pretty much every goal game. He's scoring in Champions League. Like I'm assuming if he plays tomorrow, eventually he'll score. He'll get opportunities. Like I'm not worried about Madrid or Mbappe scoring or Madrid scoring. What was weird about the game against Atleti was Madrid looked scared. Like I think they looked rattled, and I think they were like, "Wait, this wasn't supposed to happen. Like this wasn't on the script. What are we doing? What's going on?" And like Atletico Madrid doesn't have anything to lose. They're like, whether we lose 5-1 or 10-0 or 1-0, like we're gonna give it all we got. And I think again, Madrid is just so used to like, this is the way we have to play and this is the way we do it. It's like sometimes you gotta just let go of the tactics and go and win the game. And I think Madrid doesn't know how to play that way. And we can all bash, and the whole world has been bashing Carreras and the defense. I'm also not gonna be extremely dramatic and just pretend like everything's going to shit. Like we all have played the game. We have bad games. The teams have bad games. Like I don't think Carreras is gonna lose his spot. I think he was right. I think it was nerves of being in like a Madrid derby. He got exposed. He's gonna work on it. And if anything, Xabi Alonso had the long flight, to talk to these players. And he said it in the press conference today. He let the players. He didn't talk to the players after the game. He didn't talk to them during the training. He let 24 hours go by, let them sit with that. And during the flight, he had a team meeting on the flight and talked to him, which I think is good. Because sometimes when you have a wound like that, you gotta feel it. Because these players, like it's another game. Like there is going to be another game in 2 days. It's like it's really easy to just make that post that they all do, like tough one, boys. Like wanted to do better, on to the next. It's like sometimes you gotta just feel the pain and be like, yo, we got clapped by
But that's
your
my thing here.
derby.
That's the one thing that starts to worry me, though. I agree. You got to feel the pain, but how many pains is it going to take for them to start to feel it? Because it's starting to become a trend here. It's not like this was the first game that we come and get destroyed by a team. Now it's been PSG, which obviously that PSG team is at another level, and they came in hot against us. But it's not just
but
PSG.
Madrid sold their own shit against that PSG game. Despite how good they were.
Madrid messed up. But either way, they need to figure it out because they did not come out prepared for that game. Just like they did not come out prepared for this game. Those first 15 minutes in the first half, in the second half, Atletico was completely like all over them. But it's not just that one. Now, how about Arsenal? Both games, Arsenal took it straight to you. How about Barcelona last season? Barcelona scored how many goals on us last season, right?
Oh, dude, man, I can't count on
and
one.
it's not like we beat Atletico last season well either. I mean, we tied in the Metropolitano, I think both times. I can't even remember if we beat them last season. So when was in Liverpool beat us last season? AC Milan beat us last season. When is the last time that Real Madrid won a big game? And I'm being harsh. I know I'm being harsh, and this doesn't necessarily mean that Madrid is going to be crap for the rest of the season. But at what point do they realize that, hey, it's time to wake up? We've been getting our asses handed to us the past whole year, 12 months, and it's time to wake up.
What is that? I mean, what does that say about our player? Like, what is the issue? And I was like doing my research and watching other like ESPN FC and all that. Like, what is the root of the issue? Is because it's not. I don't think it's a matter of talent. They have the talent. They have the best players in the world on paper in comparison to most teams like Barça and like PSG. Like they're all comparable, And it's like what is the root of the issue? I mean, Ancelotti and Xabi Alonso, very different coaches, very different system. Again, so I don't think we can compare as much last year as far as style of play. It's about intensity, but what is the issue? Like, why are we not showing it? Like, that's what worries me. Why are we showing up to these games and just passing the ball left to right with no purpose? Like, why are we slow? Like, Vini scores beautiful goals against Real Sociedad, but where are you? Like, why can't you take it to these players? Like, I think Xabi Alonso's first big mistake was starting Jude, and then his second one is he doubled down on him and he took out Gullit, who provided the goal, who provided the assist. So it's like, what is he seeing that maybe I'm not, but I don't know.
I think the problem is coming from Florentino Perez, from the management of Real Madrid, where they have these big player names that are protected within the club. And Mbappé is always going to start. And right now that Vini is not renewing, he's providing a lot of opposition. He wants more money, blah, blah, blah. He's not a protected player in the club. But the moment Jude Bellingham came back from injury, guess who started? Because he told the coach, hey, I'm ready to go. You better put me in. And he's one of Florentino's babies. So it's tough. It's tough. Let's go ahead and look at some of the comments here. Let's see. This guy, I got said, I don't think starting Jude was a problem, but Fede should have never started. He was way too tired. I agree. Franco should have never started.
I think debatable. Federico or Federico. I mean, I agree. Franco should have never started. I mean, I said Franco should have started, but I don't know if that's what
Franco should have started. Yeah,
I don't know if that's what he's trying to say, but yes,
maybe. Very disappointed in our captain Carvajal and Fede. They just don't have the proper leadership role that is vital for the team, which is another great point. This Real Madrid team lacks leadership.
I think there's a huge vacancy after Toni Kroos left last season. Modric was able to fill the shoes to some extent, but we still saw some of those gaps showing time. And then today, nowadays, without Modric, you definitely have that lack of that true captain that's been there for a long time. And I think that's definitely something you can highlight. Like on the field, who's the player that's going to step up, take it to the face, and keep the team central, keep the team, concentrated. we'll see who steps up. But I think as of now, nobody's been able to do what Toni Kroos and Modric.
Well, in the comments, we're seeing a lot of people, and again, everybody, we love that you guys are commenting. Let us know exactly where you're commenting from. We want to know where you guys are at in the world, in the United States, anywhere in the world. We want to hear about what you guys are saying and where you're from. But I'm seeing a lot of people saying Valverde. And to be honest, Valverde's been absent. I watched the games, and I think maybe like you were touching on, Rodrigo, I think maybe it's the system. Los Angeles, hey, West Coast, Best Coast. I'm from San Diego, so welcome to the family. Welcome to the Bar Check podcast.
He lives
But
on
I
Cali
think
boys.
I know maybe he is struggling to find his role in this team, in the system, because I do watch the game and he's not involved. And I think one thing, I'm not saying he's not working hard, he's running. I'm not saying that because I've never doubted Valverde's effort, but he just seems a little lost in the system. And that's probably a reason why there's a gap in the middle, because Madrid, as of late, have not, they don't control the middle the way they used to back in the day, right? And we can always talk about Toni Kroos, but we don't have him anymore. And we can't just rely on that story. Hey, Justin's been a fan of your guys since 8-2.
That's an OG, man. That's once again the video that put us on the map. So
everyone go watch that video. That has hundreds of thousands of views. Everyone go show some love to the El Merengue Culé OG channel.
Yeah. I love it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I think, again, we also have to remember that it's one game. Yes, it's a big game and it hurts even more, but we do have to give these players a chance to bounce back, and we have to have a real conversation in these next couple of days. We're going to have Villarreal in the coming weeks, which is in third place right now. Then we have Juventus, and then we have Barça. And if in those 3 games we don't show up, then I would say it's time to start hitting the alert button, and either people need to start going in the winter transfer or something. I'm not really worried about Xabi Alonso. We should be able to win the Champions League game tomorrow. No problem. And I want to touch on this and give Barça some props. I want Madrid to actually show up tomorrow and demolish this team. I want them to go there, because Barça, you see them all the time. They win 5-1, 6-2, 7-2. They're destroying teams. And Madrid, it's like they get content on winning 2-0. It's like, oh, well, we got the win, and we want to win 2-0. It's like, no, dude, go and destroy these teams. Give yourself some sort of fake confidence, because, really, at the end of the day, when you're talking about teams that are at the highest level, it comes down to tactics, yes, effort, talent, but who wants it more at the end of the day, and who's hot? Inter Milan, in my opinion, should not have been in the Champions League final, but they got hot at the right time, and they clicked at the right time. And you're only going to get hot and get confidence when you destroy teams. So I think if Madrid doesn't win this game tomorrow by at least 3 goals, I'm going to be worried.
Well, we'll see. We'll talk a little more about the Champions League, but let's now that we've brought up Barça and destroying teams, I think it's a great segue to jump to the other side of the screen. Ricky and Amir, I mean, Barça have been hot. Not just have they been killing teams, but when they found themselves in tricky situations, being down 1 by a goal, they've found a way to successfully complete comebacks. 2 games in La Liga back-to-back, both matchday 6 and 7, coming back from being down 1-0, with Lewandowski starting to become a player that's heating up a little bit. Should Lewandowski be the starter now that he's fully back from injury? And let's just hear what you have to say about your team. Amir or Ricky, take it away.
I'll start off. Lewa has to be a starter. No ifs, no ands, no buts. That's my biggest thing with Barcelona right now. That scares me for the future ahead. How can you replace a player like him, right? But we'll stick on topic for now. We see a team that again has no problem finding the back of the net. We don't get worried when we go down 1-0 because we know the system under Flick is just a very attacking, very goal-driven system. And whether it's this past weekend, both goals were the headers. Whether it's a header, a tap-in, or you're working down the wing with Lamine Yamal, there's always a chance it's going to be created. And you can almost always count on another one to be created. The thing that just impressed me the most for this weekend was Lamine Yamal comes in, and it's just looking like an absolute dog. He had those 2 weeks to rest, and he's coming in hungry. He wants that like Balón de Oro. He wants the main stage. He's pulling out like moves that like I've never seen from him. Like he rehearsed those in his head, and he pulled them off every single time. Within a minute of coming in, he gets an assist. He almost gets a goal. Like you see a Real Sociedad that, to me, I think very highly of them. They could not handle him at all. It was just such a like. My jaw was on the floor. Like I just couldn't believe the performance I was seeing. The gameplay from Lewandowski in the first half without Lamine Yamal versus when Lamine Yamal came in was day and night. And then to end the game and be on top of the table, it's just like, what else? What else could you ask for as a Barcelona fan on the weekend? Yeah, what do you think, Amir?
So I actually thought, the first 70 minutes, I thought we played okay, like well to okay. And then the last 20, 25 minutes, I thought we were shaky, like with Jules Koundé messing up a couple balls. And as you said, the difference that Yamal made was huge, but I want to also note like Pedri's influence on this midfield. Like it's insane. Like week after week, he has played, I think, every single game in the past like 3 seasons, and he is just keeps getting better without. He had an injury, but just phenomenal. It's just such a joy to watch. Like just so good. I thought. I actually didn't enjoy the game that much. I thought we were shaky, and to be fair, he changed almost the entire lineup. It was a whole different lineup.
Mm-hmm.
But
he has a Champions League.
Right,
He's got PSG ahead of him.
Yeah, and that was completely.
But
fair.
it's still risky to do so many rotations against Real Sociedad, in my opinion.
Yeah, and like we saw like a little bit of opening, and there was like a lot of bashing on Gerard Martin, and I thought he was solid. Like I feel like he's been okay, but like on the news, I just kept seeing a lot of bashing. Well, like he shouldn't play for Barca, or like he's been great. Like Balde is great, but we need a replacement. And then
who I've been hearing a lot of bashing on?
No.
I've been hearing a lot of bashing on Casado.
I heard that
every time that he started the game, he's been subbed out minute 45, and this last game against Sociedad was just put in for the trash minutes, coming in like the 90th minute. So your boy might be on his way out.
Maybe to Juventus. I saw it.
Wow.
Like a rumor may happening to Juventus. I hope not. I think he's. But we also have Marc Bernal. Like, how many young players can you have in one team developing? Like that's great.
Who just renewed his contract, by the way.
Yeah, for a long time. With a 500 million euros release clause. But yeah, I thought it was an okay game. Szczesny, it's good to have. I love seeing Szczesny play. It's just like so unpredictable.
The chain smoker, dude. Chain smoker. I don't know how he's performing at this level, coming back from retirement with 50 cigarettes a day, 50 packs a day.
Yeah, it's insane. So unlike Ricky, I don't think Leo should be starting the games. I actually love how great he is coming off the bench. I think he's so hungry to come off the bench and to score that it's fascinating to watch. And also his level of intelligence. Like he's 37 years old and he's scoring goals that you're just like, this is crazy. They're tap-ins, but still they're incredible to watch.
Well, the headers,
I would say they're poacher goals.
Yeah, they're poacher goals. But did you see that header that he scored against Real Oviedo last week? On Thursday or whenever they played. That header was like, it was a cracker. It was a good ass goal.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Natural.
That was still killing it.
And as much as I like Ferran Torres, as much as he scores, he cannot do what Lewa can. He doesn't have that like innate killer instinct that
I agree
Lewa
with
has.
that. Yeah,
that's why I think to me Lewa's untouchable.
So to kind of continue from there within the Barcelona topics, and we touched about the season really getting real now. Mm-hmm. We just talked about all the good sides that are happening in Barcelona, but let's talk about the injuries. Barcelona suddenly in a week have been hit by injuries. Fermin out for 3 weeks, will not be playing against PSG. Gaveira, I myself am pretty sad to hear that for him. Coming back from his ACL injury, seems like he's fallen back. Had to have new surgery, out for 4 months. I mean, that puts Gavi out for half the season. It's a real shame. The next one, Joan Garcia, a goalie that, I mean, he came out of nowhere. Obviously, he had a good season in Español last year, but Barça brought him in out of nowhere when Ter Stegen was, he got his injury, but Szczesny was also doing good, and he's coming, and he's been amazing for Barça. And unfortunately, also ends up hurting his knee, goes through surgery, and is now out for a month and a half. So that's that one. Rafinha out for 3 weeks. I mean, Barça has been absolutely hit. Thankfully for y'all got the, your main guy, your star boy, the Copa player, the Copa winner, Lamine Yamal, and I hear that Balde was supposed to be back for this past weekend. Hansi Flick decided to wait on him, and but he may be back finally for the Champions League. So with that being said, how does this change your mindset? How can this change Flick's lineup coming into the PSG game?
It's a shame that both us and PSG have also picked up a bunch of injuries. I think Vitinha and somebody else recently picked up an injury from PSG. It sucks that it's not the final that was meant to happen last year. But both teams are coming in weak, so neither team can use it as an excuse. I think it's early on in the Champions League group stage draw that it's not the end of the world for either team if one wins or one doesn't. But at the end of the day, like you're like Misha said, like you're fighting for bragging rights to show you're the top dog, to like get people afraid of you. So I think both teams are going to come out swinging. I mean, Hansi Flick will have to rotate the team, and I think he's proven already that we can still perform well without our quote unquote best starting 11. I'm not sure right now who's going to be started. I don't know how the lineup's going to be. We can map that out. But yeah, neither team is coming in hot. So no one can use that excuse.
So I think, Kunde is a shoo-in at right back. Cubarsi has been playing pretty well. Araujo, who I have been, kind of shitting on, scored for Barça this past week. So he's kind of coming back up. I still rate Araujo way over Christensen personally. I think Gerard Martin has been playing great personally. I mean, I hadn't heard the criticism towards Gerard Martin. I think he's been doing just fine. So that would be my starting defense against PSG. In the midfield, you have Pedri. De Jong has found his form again. I mean, he is playing like the De Jong that was killing it a few years back. Then he was kind of hit with all those injuries, but De Jong seems to be back. So you have him, Pedri, and then the front, the three attacking midfielders who will be Ferran, Lamine Yamal, Lewa, but then we're missing one more player for Barça.
Marcus Rashford.
I mean, that's where Rashford could be the starter. Lewandowski's the striker. It can be Ferran as a center attacking mid. Rashford goes on one side. Lamine goes on one side. I mean, you got a pretty good attacking team there.
Dani Olmo could slot in as Cam to finalize that third midfielder.
That's true.
Again,
and now,
with the injuries, we still have a pretty competitive team.
Yeah, I mean, no, for sure. I mean, and that's the type of team that you need to put yourself at a chance to win multiple competitions. Now let's talk a little bit about PSG. I'm gonna let you guys know who I have seen is gonna for sure miss out on the game. And then, Micho, I want to hear your thoughts, about this PSG-Barça game. So for PSG, we have obviously the Ballon d'Oro, Ousmane Dembélé, who's going to be missing it, which is such a shame. I mean, this is who we wanted to see in this match, especially with him winning the Ballon d'Oro, with everything that's been at stake. This is who we wanted to see. So such a shame that Ousmane Dembélé is going to be out. Marquinhos, obviously the captain for the squad, their best center back, is out. Neves, the Portuguese midfielder who's been killing it. Doué, I think, is still borderline going to be there, going to not be there. And then, Ariav here actually put in a really good comment. Kvaratskhelia. I heard Kvaratskhelia got injured this weekend. so may not be back. Vitinha also got injured this weekend, and then I hadn't heard about
Barcola.
Barcola. So Barcola's back, but you can correct me. I mean, that is the core of PSG. All they're missing is if Hakimi got injured, that would be the end of it. Micho, what do you think coming into this game for Barça and for PSG?
It's hard for me to say. I mean, I kind of agree with what Ricky said. I mean, I actually very much agree with what Ricky said. I think it's kind of a wash game. I think it's a game where you want to win, but like it's not really going to matter because like I look at the comment that he made. That's 3 guaranteed for sure starters that aren't going to be there, that are essential to their attack. Vitinha controlling the midfield, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, like those are huge players. That would be like Lamine Yamal, Pedri, and like
De Jong,
Lewandowski, De Jong, all being out. It's like, well, then, yeah, there's good players, but like, what are we actually saying? So it's hard to say, well, like, this is Barca's first true test. Look, it's PSG. They're still good players. There's amazing talent there. You know, Luis Enrique is a good coach. I think it's one of those games where you're like, all right, whoever wins, wins, but it's not really going to mean much because they're going to see each other later down the line in a completely different lineup. Obviously, for Barca, they want to collect the 3 points. Same thing with PSG. I'm actually going to say I think this is going to be a 2-2 game. My prediction live here on the VAR Check podcast is a 2-2 game with PSG actually scoring 2 goals, being up 2-0, and Barca coming back and scoring 2 and being 2-2.
That would be
so. Clip this, and everyone in the comments, clip this right now because when it happens, you'll know that I made this freaking guess live.
Why don't we hear in the comments? I want everyone to put down your prediction for this PSG Barca game. I actually feel like PSG has way more to lose than Barcelona does. Yes, I agree. Both teams coming in with so many injuries makes it a game that we can't really judge the teams for whatever the final result is. I think we all agree on that. But this game, it doesn't take away the importance of the game, especially for PSG, which, but if you look at Barcelona's schedule in the Champions League, PSG was their toughest game, and then there's also Chelsea. Aside from that, all the other teams they have to be beating. They should be beating them, right? So it does, if they were to tie this game, well, that's fine. If they were to lose it, it's not the end of the world. Barca's still going to end up beating the majority of them. But when you look at PSG's schedule, and I don't know it off the top of my head, I just remember that whenever we talked about all the teams and who they came up against, PSG had the toughest schedule. So for them, I don't want to say playing against Barcelona is a must-win for them because obviously that's always going to be a tough game. But they have way more to lose than Barca does. PSG is away. PSG, I think, has it tougher. So, I mean, Ricky, what are y'all's score predictions for this game?
So, one thing, they're going to play Barca, Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, Tottenham, Athletic Club, Sporting CP, and Newcastle.
Those are all tough games. Those are all tough games.
Tough one.
I heard a lot of hard ones. I think there was one that you mentioned in there that I was like, okay, that's definitely should be a win. But
even the Newcastle game, like you guys came through with against the Newcastle, but it wasn't an easy game. Like it ended up being
Newcastle
one.
was not easy. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Rashford's magic, I don't know.
I think
and
something
they
else
almost tied it up last minute.
I think something else to consider for PSG is like they've got a very tough month, give or take, right? They just finished playing against Marseille, which they lost to. They have PSG in the same month, Barcelona, Leverkusen. Like they have a very tough month on top of all these injuries. Yeah. So I think I will put Barcelona as favorites. I think it's going to be I think it's a 2-0.
Okay.
I mean, for to say that PSG is not going to score a single goal in Barcelona is pretty ballsy. We'll see.
I mean, they're missing their 2 of their top 3. It's not a diss of them. It's just the situation in which they found themselves.
I think that the battle between if he starts the outside back, the left back, Nuno Mendes, I believe is and Lamine Yamal. I think that's going to be a very interesting battle because they're both fast. Nuno is definitely stronger than Lamine. Lamine is shifty as hell, but I think that's going to be a really good matchup. So I'm curious to see because you were just talking about how Lamine was cooking Real Sociedad. I don't think that's going to be the case in this time around. So it's going to be interesting to see that battle.
Let's see what one of our listeners, is saying, guys, remember, we want to hear what your predictions are for this PSG Barça game. Barça getting 2 of the toughest 3 opponents in the first 2 rounds itself makes it easier for them to rack up points later on and ease off the pressure. But PSG are going to go through torture. It's definitely not going to be an easy one. I mean, we'll see.
What's your score prediction?
Amir or me?
So I think they're gonna. It's gonna be a narrow game. It's gonna be a 2-1 game for me. I think Barca has like 15% more chance of winning the game. But I think 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving Barca the 3-1 victory. I think they're also going to be winning.
Wow.
So it looks like, yeah,
Okay.
I think it's going to be Barca's going to be up 2-1. PSG is going to be trying to push to equalize it, and then in a counterattack in the last 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, Barca will find that third goal that's just going to put off PSG. It's going to be a close game throughout the whole time, but it's going to end up with Barca with a 2-goal victory.
Time to start putting in your sports bets now.
Yes.
Well,
So don't
now
tell
that
me
we
with a
brought
good
that
time.
up, if you guys are listening to this podcast and you haven't joined our fantasy league for the Champions League, make sure to do so. We have over 100 of you guys joining, and I'm currently sitting at 79 spots, so I'm looking to redeem myself this week.
Actually, I don't know where I am. Let me check.
Good thing that you brought that up. The link to join is actually in the description right now. I made sure to put it in before we started the live stream. So yeah, join in. You might be 1 match day behind, but hey, if you're truly good enough, that doesn't mean it's not enough to come back. Let's segue to the.
I am last. I'm 112 on the.
What?
Oh, Amir, you have a lot of. I think you're kicked out of the podcast, dude.
It's over. That's what I get for putting a bunch of injured players on the team. Everyone is injured.
That's true.
Jesus. Let's segue to continuing within the Champions League topic. But for match day 1, we selected 5 main games to the top 5 main games, and we made our predictions. And I actually think we got every single one right. Now, it's not like we went on a huge limb out here, but our first one was Bilbao versus Arsenal. Playing in Bilbao, we predicted that Arsenal was going to win that one, and sure enough, they won 2-0. Our next one was, Madrid-Marseille. We predicted Madrid would win it. Let's see. Bayern-Chelsea, we said that Bayern would win it. Bayern took it. PSG-Atalanta, we said PSG would take it. And then City-Napoli, Michel, you weren't here for that one. We said City would take it, and City did. And then last but not least, we did predict that Barca would beat Newcastle. So we got every single prediction right. Now I have selected the next, what in my opinion were the top 5 games of this match day 2. Now I definitely don't think match day 2 is as cracked out as match day 1 was, but let's talk about some of them. Starting off with, let's see here, we got. I'm gonna put it up. Dortmund versus Bilbao. Yeah. Juventus and Dortmund played in match day 1, and that game ended up 4-4.
4-4.
I still rate Bilbao very highly in La Liga. They're not having the greatest starts, but I think this is going to be a really good game. What do y'all think? Give me some predictions.
Depends on if Nico Williams plays or not. I feel like every time I watch Bilbao, he's not playing. So like I don't know what's going on, if he's hurt or if it was the suspension thing. But I mean, if both the Williams brothers play, I take Bilbao. They're a great team. They defend well. They're very organized. Dortmund, I feel like they always have their moments, but Bilbao also is coming off that L again with Arsenal, and I think they have a point to prove. Bilbao is one of those sneaky teams, man. Like they show up and show out, but again, they have to bring their best unit. If either one of the brothers is out, I think Dortmund takes it.
I think this is a game where both teams are used to playing with a bunch of spirit. We know how Dortmund's fan base gets in that live arena, and obviously Bilbao, every single one of their players from the Basque region, like it's gonna be a showdown for sure. I definitely do think it's one of the better games this match day.
I'm giving it to Dortmund. I love Dortmund actually. So
yeah, I like Dortmund.
I think they're gonna win 3-2.
On paper, they're the better team.
Bilbao
Yeah.
is great. They're a phenomenal team. And they have Ernesto Valverde. It's automatically better because of that. But yeah, I think Dortmund is going to take it.
Now, this next one may not be, a huge game. Once again, there's not a lot of huge games this match day, but I think it's one very relevant to what we've been discussing in a team that needs to bounce back. Napoli versus Sporting. Playing in Napoli, Michel, Napoli has to win this one. They have to.
They do. They do. Again, I like watching Napoli. I like watching them play. Maybe that's just because I like the team. Sporting is a good team as well. I mean, I think they're trying to find their identity after losing their striker to Arsenal. Right? He went to Arsenal, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think it's gonna be one of those games where I think it's gonna be surprisingly very exciting. Like honestly, I think this game might end up being like a 5-goal game.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
So I'm gonna take Napoli 3-2 against Sporting.
All right,
Okay.
Ricky, I want to hear your predictions for this next one. Once again, it's not maybe not too difficult to predict, but there is a factor that makes it interesting. The fact that Liverpool is playing away, it's not easy to play in Galatasaray, and Liverpool's coming off a loss.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Galatasaray seems like you go player for player, and they're definitely a fun team to watch. That's one of the games I wanted to highlight. I still think Liverpool is obviously the favorites, but I think that's one of those games that you just sit back, enjoy, and
So you think Liverpool takes it, but it'll be an interesting game to watch?
Yeah. I think Galatasaray could pull off a tie potentially, which I'd love
Yeah,
to see.
especially it's a home game, so it could be an option for sure.
And my final game to highlight, no, sorry, this is not the final one, but another good one here, which I think is really relevant to Madridistas, is the Villarreal versus Juventus. Why? Because these are literally the two teams that Madrid is going to be playing in the next few weeks. Villarreal, who's third place in La Liga, and Juventus, who's coming up, and currently, I believe, they're first place, if not second place in Serie A. I think us as Madridistas get a lot of information from this game. Michel, what do you think?
Agreed. I think this is a game that Xabi Alonso is really going to put a lot of eyes on, especially with his coaching staff. To be honest, I haven't watched much of both teams this year to really give an opinion, a strong opinion.
Sure.
Again, I think I'm going to be interested to see how this game plays out.
Yeah.
Naturally, I'm always going to pick the Spanish team because I think the Spaniards or the Spanish league plays some of the best football in the world. And the fact that Dortmund scored 4 on Juve, whether you think Dortmund's a great team or not, like to get scored on in 4 goals in one game, like something's going on in your back line, right? So I'm not sure that they're as solid as we would think. So I'm going to say, again, kind of like Ricky said, you sit back, enjoy, have a nice drink, enjoy the game. But I'm going to say Villarreal 2-0 or 2-0 or 3-1.
That'd be really. I'd love to see a Villarreal win. I always tend to go on the more conservative route, and I feel like Juve is the better team. But the fact that Villarreal is at home, I love to see them.
Weirdly enough, too, Villarreal always somehow ends up beating Madrid or taking points too. Like Madrid always struggles against Villarreal, so like they have the talent.
Exactly. And I mean that's going to be. Go ahead, Ricky.
No. Finish up this one because I was going to switch over from the matchup. Oh
yeah, well I was getting ready to cue you in for the next one, but anyways, I was just going to say, yeah, I mean. This is going to be huge for Madrid because they play them this weekend, and coming from that Atletico loss, they have to bounce back, and this is not an easy game to bounce back from. So tough weeks for Madrid ahead. Ricky, the return of Mourinho to Stamford Bridge, I think, in my opinion, this is the biggest game of the week. Sorry, aside from the PSG Barça, obviously, but this is the biggest one that I'm going to highlight. What do you think of this
for
one?
the fans? This is for the fans.
Yeah. Mourinho back to face Chelsea. We know he's had a good spell there. And that's the thing about Mourinho. He normally tends to leave teams kind of through the back door. Teams like the players, the staff get pretty tired of him. So he's coming in hot, trying to keep himself relevant. I mean, I think I don't remember where I saw this, but I think Mourinho's technically losing money by coaching at Benfica. I think he would have been getting paid more money by just staking out like with the previous contract that he was at. So he's going out there purely for the love of the game. And again, a Chelsea that, despite them hitting a very high in the Club World Cup, we saw that, they did have some gaps last week against Bayern Munich. So that's a fun one.
It's a fun one. One for the fans, like y'all said. And then the final game, Amir, this one's for you.
Hit me.
Let's see what Fati can do. 3 goals in the last 4 games for Fati.
He's given it all over there. But I think Man City is going to take it. I know it's probably very obvious, but
it's going to be a blowout.
I don't know, because especially like Monaco's recent form hasn't been the best, but I'm giving it to Man City.
I put this game as the same tier as the Galatasaray Liverpool. Liverpool and Man City, both the top dogs. Everyone expects them to win. And Galatasaray and Monaco, it's like you want to see the players play that they have on the team, despite that maybe they don't work as well. Maybe they're not in their prime anymore. Like it's to me, it's the same game, but with different, like, for different palettes.
Yeah. I think once again, to conclude this Champions League preview, not that many big games, but a lot of fun games to just see what happens and just keep giving you an idea. I think there's going to be at least one upset in these games that we talked about. I'm giving it to Liverpool. Galatasaray is going to take some points from Liverpool. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if anyone wants to drop an upset here, or if not, we'll move on to the final section.
One weird thing isn't Mourinho loves to coach against rivaling teams, like he does Chelsea, Man United, Porto, Benfica. Like, again, all he needs to do is coach Barça now, and he'll be Madrid, Barça.
Well,
like,
he was in Barça at one point.
He was an assistant coach.
Yeah, with Pep Guardiola.
Crazy.
So
Our top 10 ranking. I'm about to get cooked for all the times I said Madrid. Atletico Madrid should have been in the top 10. Even my dad texted me. He was like, well, you're about to get fucked. So
I didn't know your dad was watching us. If he makes it out here, Mr. Castillo, shout out.
He's here. He gives me notes all the time. He gets me creative notes all the time.
20 years.
That's what I'm talking about.
So let's see here. Because PSG lost against Marseille. Liverpool lost also their game this weekend to Crystal Palace. Real Madrid got destroyed. I think we have to maybe make a tweak there. Arsenal won in the last minute against Newcastle. Bayern won. City destroyed. Inter Milan won their game, I believe. Actually, I'm blanking on that one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they won. Chelsea lost. Napoli lost. And Atletico killed. So, with that being said, each of us are going to get to make an adjustment, and we can debate on it. I'm going to make the first adjustment here, which is... Give me 1 second. Let me save this. I'm kicking Real Madrid back and putting Arsenal in as 4th place now. Ricky, your turn. What would you like to propose?
I agree with moving Real Madrid back just because, again, like we mentioned already, like them struggling defensively against big teams. I think Chelsea's got to... do we put Atleti over Chelsea? I don't know. I don't know if we can do that. Not yet. Oh, screw it. Let's put Atleti over Chelsea. I might eat my words on this one. Very controversial, but they did it to Real Madrid.
They did it to Real Madrid. I mean, and they didn't just beat them. They killed them. So I think that's fine. Atletico's 9th now. Chelsea has dropped to 10th. And to remind you guys, we started with Chelsea at I believe 7th spot. I think that's where Chelsea. So Chelsea's on a big downhill trend. Amir, any tweaks that you'd make?
I would actually put Atletico over Inter Milan also. I don't think Inter Milan should be on this right now, but that's just me.
I think Inter Milan hasn't had too big of messes,
No.
errors this season, whereas Atletico has, and Inter Milan is coming off being a semifinalist in the Champions League, which is why I would make my argument that they should still be ahead of Atletico.
But to be fair, Inter Milan lost to Juventus in September, a few weeks ago.
Okay. We can keep that in the back of our mind. It's like, you know what, Amir, you proposed it, and that's what we said we would do. And later on, we can make adjustments if need be. So Atletico is being pushed up. You ask and you shall receive. Atletico is being pushed up to the 8th position after that huge win. I mean, I think if you beat Real Madrid 5-2, you get some bragging rights to move up power rankings. And so let's make it happen. Atletico is now 8th place. Michel, you get the final word here.
It's like Napoli first.
No. Listen, I want everyone, I want the three of you to know, I want everybody watching, everyone all over the country, all over the world to know, as much as I love Real Madrid, I know what I'm talking about, and I don't always just pick emotionally. And I pick based on what I see in fact. I got two changes for you.
Oh.
I'm going to start with the first one. I say you take Chelsea out of the top 10 and you put Marseille you put Marseille in the top 10 spot. I think they're leading the league in France, and they did give Madrid a hard game. I think they are a better team than Chelsea. So I'm going to put Marseille. De Serbi is the GOAT. No, he's not the GOAT, but he's an amazing coach. I kick out Chelsea. They're on the downward spiral. They've been on the downward spiral, and Marseille is killing it. So I put Marseille in 10th, and let's let them prove themselves. And the biggest change, I'm going to put PSG out of 1, and I'm going to put Barcelona in the top spot.
Wow.
Right now.
Wow.
Listen, as much as it hurts and everyone watching, I do know what I'm talking about, and I am fair. And I don't like to overreact when things go bad, but I'm going to put Barça. I think they're undefeated. I don't know about the Champions League. I believe they're undefeated, right? They haven't lost. They tied. They dropped points. And
we tied.
PSG has lost, and we haven't really seen. I haven't been blown away by any PSG performances when I saw it. Granted, it's Liga, so it's not insane comp, but I think Barça has proven themselves, and I think someone needs to go snatch the crown from them. Even though Dembele won the Ballon d'Oro, PSG have the Champions League. I think right now it's Barça is the best team in the world, and it's up to everybody else to show that they need to come to that level. I don't think Arsenal is better than Madrid. I think Madrid had a bad week, and this is not going well. I don't think that Arsenal is above Madrid, but I'm gonna let Madrid prove it themselves. I think saying that Madrid is 5th on this list is a little crazy, but we're gonna see how this goes. Bayern, it's really hard because they're in a one-horse race. Until they actually play Champions League competition, I can't really
they beat Chelsea,
see.
so that's
but Chelsea's not incredible. What are they in the league? 10th right now in the league?
I'm gonna give you. I think we should get one main change every week. Yeah, I think your big change was putting Barca at first place. I threw Marseille in there with a little slash, and we're gonna
we'll see how it plays out.
They're gonna have to prove themselves. I think Marseille has to prove themselves in the Champions League. So who do they play this week? Someone check who they play.
Amir, you're good with the facts.
What do we play?
Strasbourg.
Oh, that's a good game.
Wait.
Ajax.
I
think beating Ajax would be pretty significant for Marseille. But let's see. I still don't know if I fully believe that Marseille is actually better than Chelsea. Let's not forget that Chelsea is still your world champion. But we'll see.
At first,
Ricky.
Whenever you said drop Chelsea, Marseille over Chelsea, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I looked at you like, what are we talking here? But if you go in and look at Chelsea's past month, it's bad. It's bad.
Well, see, I told you. I mean, I follow.
You're right. They lost to Brighton. They lost to United. They lost to Bayern. They tied Brentford. Like, it is not looking good for them. And then, Marseille, on the other hand, despite that loss to Madrid, which they gave them a very hard time, they've been doing good. I don't think it's that crazy shout, honestly. At first I did. Now,
let's see.
I don't think it's that crazy.
They've found their way into the top 10 now. Now let's see if they can stay there and move up and truly kick Chelsea out. Okay, I'm going to say this last thing. Michel, I thought that what you were going to give us before you dropped your huge bomb as a Madridista, putting Barça in as first place, I thought what you were going to say, and I was afraid that I was going to agree with you, was that you were going to drop Madrid all the way to 6th place and put Bayern ahead of them.
I thought you were doing that too. I 100%.
I thought that was coming, and I honestly.
That's why I switched it up on all you three, and everybody else watching this damn podcast. I'm unpredictable. I am here for the plot. No, I mean, look, Bayern is a great team, but how are we judging them week to week? Like, until we see them actually play competition, it's hard to see because Bayern always does they always kill it in their league, and then they play in Champions League, and we see what happens to them. I mean, they make it far, but I feel like Bayern is kind of like the German national team. Funny enough, it's like the German national team where it's like they're a good team, but then you don't really expect much, and they somehow always end up making it far.
They're a great team, dude. They're a monster of a team. They've been Madrid's dark horse for many years, not recently, but for many years.
So then we think Arsenal is better than Bayern? Do we actually think Arsenal is better than Bayern then? And why is Bayern not in the 4th spot?
I think Arsenal is better right now. I think so.
We'll see. We're gonna let them play it out.
This is part of the power rankings, guys. If you're watching right now, we have 12 people currently watching us. I really, really, really appreciate you for being here. We are steadily approaching the very last minutes of episode 4 of the VAR Check podcast. If you haven't dropped the like button, please help us out. Let's get this podcast to be even bigger. I think we're reaching bigger audiences that we have in the previous podcast. I think at one point I saw us with 16 viewers, which is slowly an uphill trend. So I love to see it. I want to hear down in the comments from you. Currently, you have our top 10 power ranking, index power ranking, and I want to hear your thoughts on it too. Do you disagree with Barça being first? Do you disagree with Marseille being in there? Do you disagree with Chelsea even being in there? I want to hear your comments. This is your time to get featured because we're getting ready to open it up to you guys. We have Stratos here who commented, just found the podcast. Subscribe. Stratos, I'd love to hear, first of all, how you found the podcast. Did it just come up in your YouTube recommendations? Did you search something in specific and this podcast came up? I'd love to hear how you found us. I also want to put a shout out because we got a comment here from Twitch, which you followers on stream. We might be using you, buddy. Just kidding. But yes, I want to hear from you guys. Let's see here. Just came up. I'm watching Barça stuff. I mean, Barca's obviously.
Let's go.
Yeah. We're slowly getting some more Barça fans in the channel. Barça is trending up as of the past recent weeks. I think, while we wait for a few more comments, I just want to say, right backs. No, Carvajal out for a month. Trent is out for 5 more weeks at least. So let's see how Xabi Alonso manages that, whether it's putting Valverde at right back position or if he's going to shift Asensio to the right back spot, which he has already done in the past. They have a must-win game in Kazakhstan against Kairat. 12-hour flight that they just went on. It might not be the easiest games. I think Xabi Alonso needs to rotate to keep the team fresh. He has already been doing a good job rotating, but at the same time, it's a must-win. And then we have Villarreal. Final thoughts on that stuff.
I think I saw today that the plan, I mean, you never know with all the Madrid zone and all the insight, stuff. I think he's planning on playing 3 in the back and Valverde to play the right wing back. We're going to see. I mean, I think Mbappe, you throw Mbappe there, let him get his goal. Madrid's up 2-0, 3-0, or whatever the case is. You pull him out, make sure he doesn't get hurt. But Madrid, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, this is a big game for them, not because they're a great team, whatever. They knocked out Celtic. They obviously have players who can play, but this is a time where you need to reinstate to the world that you are Real Madrid, then you need to go in and destroy this team. If anything less than a 3-0 win, I'm not going to be pleased. By 3 goals or more is what I mean.
Amir, give us your final thoughts about anything in this podcast before we finish off.
I just really hope the injuries stop for all teams, not just for Barca. I think it's going to reduce the quality of the games, and I'm hoping this is the last big batch of injuries because I mean, all 3 big teams out of the 10, so many injured players exist. So, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually excited for the Marseille Ajax game. I love Ajax. I love how they play. So, I think it'll be a good game. We didn't really list it. It was just a noteworthy mention. And then, Visca Barça, baby, as always.
Ricardo?
Yeah, second shout out of the episode. If you guys haven't joined already, the fantasy Champions League, do so. Again, I'm gonna slowly climb up from 79th place back to first.
Yeah, I'm not climbing up. I'm cooked.
No, you have the best. You have the greatest story. Actually, before we close this out, you want to know something crazy that happened to me this week? And everyone watching, you're going to love this too. I got the worst, one of the worst phone call moments ever. I was talking to my girl, and we were talking about the podcast. Guess who she likes?
Hell yeah.
Barcelona.
You didn't know your girlfriend liked Barcelona? Your girl liked Barcelona? That's a red flag going in.
No, bro, I did not know this. I was so sad. I was like, what? And I was like, girl, we're going to change that. Because she's been watching Real Madrid games with me. Nice girl. See? She's been watching Real Madrid games with me. And I'm like, babe, let's go. And she's like, yeah, listen that. Yeah. And then I was talking
to her. She was afraid to tell you.
She's already getting to you, man. You're already putting Barcelona at number 1 after that.
Yeah. What the hell? We need to keep our eye on each other.
Collar on, dude.
No. And I was like, no, girl. I was like, we've all been brainwashed before in our life. And I was like, why do you like Barca? Like, that doesn't make, because she's Mexican and she loves Chicharito. I was like, Chicharito played for Real Madrid. Like, what are you talking about? And then you want to know what it was? Yeah. Her dad was a huge Rafa Marquez fan. Or not her dad. Someone in her family was a huge Rafa Marquez fan.
I said.
So she started watching Barça. To be fair, she doesn't really loves football that much. So we're gonna get her back onto the right side. And I said, listen, one thing that Barça doesn't have that Madrid has is this right here. So just remember, if you want to be on the winning team, you know who to talk to. But yes, I did think that was great.
I think that you're missing some fingers. So.
No, I think that was great for us to to throw that into the podcast. We got new people commenting, but that's the bomb show right there. My girl likes Barcelona.
That seems like the perfect way to end. Whether you have a girlfriend that's a Madrid or a Barça fan, I think you should be telling them all to come watch this podcast. Episode 5 will be here sooner, faster than you know it. We have Champions League. We have La Liga. It doesn't stop. So make sure you subscribe. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you next week. Peace out.